More than 50 merchants all over the country are coming together for a fair that aims to highlight sustainable and ethical fashion. Now, to tell us more about the 9th Likhang Habi Market Fair, we have in the studio Habi President Adelaida Lim, Ellie De Castro of Ifugao Nation, and Christian Valdez, owner of CMV Chocolate, who's also doing a special Habi chocolate for us this morning. Well, good morning, and thank you so much for being with us here on your day. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, it's nice to have you here. And this year's Likhang Habi Market Fair promises to be more immersive than previous years. So tell us more about the plans that you have.
Well, a special thing this year is the Crafts Corner, where we are inviting mothers and also their children to come and try their hand at weaving. So there'll be special looms there, and they can see what it takes to prepare these kinds of textiles.
And I guess that's nice because it also sparks their interest, and it also shows how difficult it does take. So Ellie, do take us through, the difficulty, or explain a little bit more about the culture of Habi.
So I would say that each of these fabrics, it would take you at least a few days to make them. So it starts from getting the cotton and then dyeing the cotton, preparing the pattern, setting the loom, and then actually weaving it. So, and then it would involve even the stitching would be made by somebody else. And so that's at least 3 to 5 people working on each piece.
Okay, and also hand weaving. I mean, this is something that, it's really, we're known for. I mean, we have different ways of weaving depending on which region you are from. And the most interesting crafts here in the Philippines, because of its, as I said, the intricate designs and the manner of how it's being done. Now, the Ifugao community is really known for this. Now, how else can we help promote the Ifugao Habi or their weaving?
I think by supporting the weaves, so coming to Habi and then looking at our weaves, getting to know the stories behind them, because that's very important to us, that people actually know why we're producing it. So the Habi weaves for Ifugao Nation, Ifugao Nation is actually the social enterprise arm of the Save the Ifugao Terraces movement. So all our weaves, all our profits, they go back to educating the children of Ifugao about their own culture, supporting the weavers. And that's very important to us, that's what happens to what we do.
Where are we now? Where do you feel we are now when it comes to appreciating more our local products?
Oh, I think it's we're at a nice place. It looks like there's this current interest now. So fashion designers are taking our traditional textiles and incorporating it into their designs. And I see a lot of young people taking it on. Look at him, he's wearing this vest there. And then they're also putting pieces of the textile in things like iPad covers, and they do backpacks also in this material. So that's good. That creates income and work for the weavers in the outlying areas.
Not only that, but like when you see it now, parang it has taken on some sort of a social status, diba? Now you see all of this, wow, ang ganda, parang mahal yun ah. It's so much different. And you appreciate it so much more now rather than that. Now, tell us also about the actual birthplace of the ikat, which is the weaving technique that involves the dye. Okay, you know it best, so you explain it to us.
So ikat, actually in Ifugao, it's called bobod, binobodan.
Okay.
It's a dyeing technique that we use to make these fabrics. And so that would take a few days to actually get us to this point where we have the fabrics with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's something that we should really appreciate whenever you see something like this. And minsan tinatawaran pa natin, di ba? So wag mo na tawaran kasi mahirap talaga gumawa ng isang weaving project na ganyan. Now, how about the piña? Who can explain to me about the piña weaving contest?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a contest that we started because we realized that you're not seeing as beautiful piña textiles as before. So we said, okay, let's show what can really be done. And when you hold competitions, it brings out the best in people.
True.
So it's really been amazing. This is the 2nd year that we've had this festival, and the stuff that has come out this year is exciting. We brought some experts to look at the textiles, and they said, look, it seems that our weavers still have these wonderful skills, but now finally it's coming out again.
That's right.
So this will all be on exhibit at the current fair. We had something like 24 entries.
There you go. You can
Yeah,
all
and
see it
there
right there on our screen. And not only that, aside from the Pinyan, of course, you have the Habi. The Likhang Habi Market Fair will also have the so-called Habi Pasalubong Center. And of
Right.
course, Christian, you are here to tell us more about my favorite, which is the CMV chocolate. Tell us about the process of making local cacao to chocolates.
So it's actually a pretty straightforward process. So I mean, from actually harvesting the pod, which can take up to like half a year just to like grow and ripen. There's still the fermentation process, which brings out the flavor. And then you also have the drying, the roasting, the conching. I mean, they're really technical. So I mean, I guess the best part is actually making it. So it's like you temper the chocolate and then you can actually form it into different shapes. And what we actually did for Hobby was we used Philippine dark chocolate along with a Philippine-made white chocolate. And then we also transferred the image of Likhang Habi
There it is.
onto the chocolate. So it's actually, it's a balance. I mean, a lot of people like white, a lot of people like dark. So it's a mix of the two. So you can actually eat your textile, and it's also something, yeah, and something that you can really enjoy.
But I also, you know, we had a guest here at New Day some weeks ago, and they also were promoting cacao because for some reason in storm areas where we encounter a lot of mga bagyos like that, the cacao seems to be the most resilient plant because of its height. And
Yes.
you know, as compared to like other, like maybe the coconut trees, which can get blown down. So this is something that we can all partake and enjoy and develop here in the
Yes.
country. So do invite our viewers to come and enjoy this festival, which is ongoing.
Okay, the festival starts on Friday, the 11th, and it's going to be at the Glorieta. We're expecting a lot of guests, and but do come with your ready to look and enjoy the textiles that we have, because we've invited people from as far as Mindanao and as far north as Ifugao and the Cordillera to bring their textiles and show what we have and what is our identity.
Okay, wonderful. And Christian, you're going to be selling your chocolates?
Yes, we will have our chocolates there. So please feel free to drop on by and partake. I mean, you can never have enough chocolate in your life, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. I mean, every time's a good time for chocolate.
Wonderful. Do you also have an actual store or online?
We do online, so you can actually check us out on our Instagram at the CMV Chocolate, spelled with a T and an X. And then we have our Facebook, which is at CMV Chocolate.
Okay, and Ellie, if anybody wants to partake and help you out in terms of volunteering to help, can they just call you or?
Yeah, they can contact Ifugao Nation or Save the Ifugao Terraces Movement.
Okay, thank you so much, Delay Lim, Ellie De Castro, and Christian Valdez. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.